Hi everyone, I'm Sean from ButcherBox Singapore. ButcherBox stocks a large range of delicious and nutritious meat and seafood from Australia and New Zealand. We also stock a large range of handmade sausages, handmade burgers, and ready-to-cook meals ready to go. Today I'm going to show you how to cook and prepare our chicken schnitzel sandwich meal kit that we have online now. Here's all the ingredients you need: chicken schnitzels, burnt ends buns, and cranberry sauce. And I also like to have a little bit of lemon to finish it off with later. First we start by preheating our pan, and then we put a very generous amount of oil in our pan as we will look to shallow fry our chicken schnitzels. So once your oil's nice and hot, you can test it by just flicking a tiny bit of water in there to make sure that you get a bit of a sizzle. Then next thing we do is we're going to drop our chicken schnitzels into the oil and just do it very slowly and away from you to avoid splatter. Now these chicken schnitzels have already been seasoned on the inside in the flour. So there's a bit of salt and pepper in there, so you don't have to worry about doing that unless you would like a little bit more at the end. So we'll cook these until they're a light golden brown. I think these will take around about 2 minutes per side. You don't want to burn these, otherwise it'll affect the flavour. So that's a nice golden brown there without it turning black. So I think we are almost ready to flip these. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at that. These are looking good. I'm going to cook these for a further 2 minutes on this side, and then we'll be ready to go. If you don't want to use oil in cooking your schnitzels, you can do them in the oven for about 12 minutes at 180 to get the same result. Getting there, getting there. Yeah, this is looking good. If you've got a temperature thermometer at home, it's always safe to check for one of these. So internal temperature for poultry is 74 to 75 degrees Celsius. So I'm just going to look for the thickest piece I've got here and just poke that in. This one here looks to be about perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that out now. And I'm going to rest them on this wire rack here because we've got a bit of oil to drain off. If you do put these on a plate, the oil will stick underneath it and make underneath the schnitzels a little bit soggy with oil, and you don't want that. So while our chicken schnitzels are resting and draining off some of that excess oil onto the pan there, we're just going to tip this excess oil that's inside this pan into this bowl and discard it off. So now we'll go ahead and get some buns here. These have already been buttered. I'm just going to put them inside down into the pan here, and we're just going to toast them off nice and light. You would normally toast these buns for around about 30 to 40 seconds. That seems to be enough to warm them up and get the inside nice and toasty. Our buns are nicely toasted now, so we're just going to check them. See that? Nice and brown there. We're just going to pull them off now. There's a nice bit of heat gone through these. They feel pretty good. They've softened up. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the bottom buns out, and then we'll just put the top buns to the side. So now we're ready to go. We've got our toasted buns. We've got our chicken schnitzels, well rested and well drained. We're going to build our chicken schnitzel sandwich now. So what we'll do is we'll get our chicken schnitzels, place them directly onto the bun. Then what we'll do is we'll get some of our cranberry sauce, open that up, and just before we put on the cranberry sauce, what I like to do is just have a little squeeze of lemon, cuts through a bit of the oil and gives it a nice tangy flavour. And then we just take a bit of that cranberry. I like to put a fair bit of this stuff on because it's absolutely delicious. And now we'll just go ahead and put tops of our chicken schnitzel buns on. And there we have it, 4 chicken schnitzel sandwiches made in under 10 minutes. This is an absolute tasty and budget-friendly way to feed your friends and family for lunch. Make sure to drop into ButcherBox at 414 Dew Chat Road to get more advice, tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your meat.